Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. We had a strange start to the day today. At 3:15 this morning, there was a cat fight out the back. And of course, when you own cats, you immediately think some mangy old flipping tomcat's beating up one of your prized pets. So I flew out of bed and went downstairs, and my two are sat in the kitchen with that sort of look on their face that says, "What the hell are you doing up? It's the middle of the night." And I was thinking the same thing at that point. Anyway, it wasn't my cats, but whatever it was woke me up abruptly. And unfortunately, having woken up in that style and then actually got out of bed and come downstairs, there was no point in going back to bed. So we've been up since 3:15. What is it now? It's about 6:30, I think. I know somebody else who was up really early. Oliver was up early because I made a comment on his video and he answered it. So I know he's up early as well. I think he's working in the garden today. Anyway, this is just a quick video because a couple of things have opened and I want to chat about one of them. My Maxillaria tenuifolia, a couple of the buds are just breaking. Now, this has named clones against it, you know, where they're a bit special or slightly different colour, and, you know, they've probably been Mary cloned and produced loads of them. But I noticed Danny has a bud on hers, which she's quite pleased about, because, I mean, see if I can get at it. Down in under there against the glass, when I split up the huge basket, that's the bit I kept, and Danny got the rest. But because it had been left in that basket so long, because I was nervous at trying to get it out the flipping basket. These are strange plants because a lot of their roots aren't in the media. They're going down the side of the... let's come back up here. The roots are down in these bits, in the sheaths. So this bulb here, and its new growth kicking out, will be pushing new roots down inside those sheaths to get down into something eventually. And once that actually happens, the end of the root normally only has one chance. So if you disturb it or break it or damage it or rot it off in your media, you don't normally get much of another chance. So a poor root system on these is not brilliant. They do take quite a while to recover. But Danny's quite pleased that you know, the way she waters it, she's hydrating it by watering the whole plant, so she gets the sheaths wet. So the little roots inside the sheaths are getting hydrated. That's a brilliant idea. But I can see one. That's unusual. Oh, if I can get through the flipping jungle here. If you look at the base there, so this bulb here has pushed down a new root through that sheath and it's breaking out near the bottom. Now, okay, this one's mounted, so it's not really going to get into anything. But banging my head on stuff now. But yeah, mine's just opening, and I think Danny will be pleased when hers opens. What I do hope is that this time these are actually fragrant, because so far the couple of blooms I've had on these over the years, I've got to stick my nose right in the bloom to actually get the coconut fragrance. They're not that fragrant for me. But Danny's going to have better light and everything like that, you know, and I think sometimes the fragrance is to do with the strength of the plant. You know, if it's used most of its energy up just producing the blooms, it then needs a sort of constant supply of energy to keep the fragrance pushing out each day. You know, it needs to be able to feed the fragrance, I suppose, for want of a better expression. So I hope hers has got a bit of fragrance. I know she's looking forward to it. But yeah, a couple of the blooms are opening. Also, on my version of this, they never seem to open fully. They open better than that. I mean, that's just literally yesterday they started to crack and they're just moving now. But the other thing I wanted to film is this. Now, this could be her Alexandriae, one of those two. And it might not be. You know, it was bought with no ID on it. Now, I know Anna Maria has got this one definitely named. So now that I've got a flipping bloom on it, we can do a direct comparison, because she'll know exactly what her blooms look like. And obviously the important feature is the sheer size of the bloom. This is a biggie. And that two purple patches. They are a specific shape and colour and size. And then you've got the nice little splash that's a nice bright yellow with tinges of red and purple. So if that patterning is the same as Anna Maria's, then I can give this a proper name. Otherwise, it's just a hybrid. Another spike coming there. Yep, so, oh, I'll get down here, it's getting up again, the problem. So this is going to be one hell of a long day when it starts in the middle of the night. So I'm not quite sure what else I'm going to be doing. So this was just to show you those two blooms and have a chat about Maxillaria tenuifolia. When it gets a good root system established, it doesn't need a lot of media. And once it gets that root system established, it grows like a flipping weed. I mean, this is going mad as far as growths are concerned. A lot of these big bulbs near the top have grown in the winter. They're not last year's. It's just perpetually growing. And you can see there's new growth coming out of the side of virtually every bulb on this. So in the not too distant future, it's going to be twice as big. And then in the not too distant future after that, it's going to be twice as big again. And okay, it's on a fair size mount, but what I worry about is the sheer weight of the number of bulbs on a cane, and is it going to start becoming pendulous like this one is? I mean, this one's actually split, so it's got its original, let's get round the side, it's got its original bulb, then it pushed a new growth out, that then has pushed two new growths out, which are now both growing new growths. So this cane is going to have to support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bulbs in the not too distant future, and then possibly 8. And who knows, one of those splits might split again. So it's getting heavy. Heavy plant. Okay, I've got to have a think now. We're coming up to May. Now, last year, I did a set of videos which got a bit out of hand, called My May Updates. And the idea was to film every single orchid I own at the beginning of the growing season, and then wait till the end of the growing season and film them again, those that have made it, and do a direct comparison, like a before and after. Now, I'm happy to do that again this year, but it's going to have to be a damn sight more organised than it was last year. That cost me a lot of time and effort, and some of it didn't actually work as well as I'd hoped. So that's the idea. If you think it's a good idea, I'll do it again. I'm quite happy to do it, because quite honestly, last year when I did it for me, not for you lot. The idea was to physically record on film the progress of all of my plants throughout a growing season, which I wanted to do. And, you know, it made some reasonably interesting videos, so I'm going to do it again this year. But what I'm going to have to try and do is control my runaway mouth this year, like what it's doing now. This was a short, quick video. It's already getting long. But the idea will be to be far more organised. So I'll start like on that wire or on that shelf, take each plant off in turn and quickly film it. Not go into all its culture and this, that and the other. Just quickly get each plant on film, recorded with its name. And if I stick to doing it like that, although I move my plants around a bit, probably about at least 80 to 90% of those plants will still be in the same place at the end of the growing season. So they'll come off the shelf in a similar order, and it will make doing the before and after so much easier. As I say, the before clips in last year's were poor quality because they were done on the old camera, and then the after clips were done on the new camera. But they got out of hand. I think that went to 8 or 9 videos doing that. I'm certainly not doing it like that this year. But I do want to do it again. And it's a sort of beginning of May type exercise, so in a few weeks' time, say. And I need to have a few clear days to be able to do it, obviously. So I'll see how I go. But that's an idea for coming soon, shall we say. You know, say what you think. Chuck a comment in. Waste of time. Not interested. Sounds good. Whatever. Comments are always appreciated. Those are my little conversations. You know, sometimes you get a single comment. I do a reply. You know, and after a day or two, you've got, you know, like a sequence of about 10 comments. A little chat. Now, okay, it's only text, I know, but it's still a little chat. I enjoy those. You know, it's all very well clicking the flipping thumbs up thing, but I don't even know who did that. They're very anonymous, and I don't know, to me they're not even important, quite honestly, the likes and dislikes. But the comments are. They're little conversations with real people. You know, I like that. People that have, you know, been prepared to sort of say, this is me and this is what I've said. You know, I like that. That's good. Right, that's it for now. Those are the only 2 Tolumnias out at the moment, but they're still looking good. There's another one up there that it's finished blooming, but it branched. So the branches, the little branch is coming on, but I think it's only going to have 2, maybe 3 blooms on it. But if you have a look at Wade's channel, he's just done his April updates. He's got a flipping good collection of Tolumnias, a really good assortment, and one that he actually filmed called Tolumnia Golden Sunset is probably living in here. It's the basis of so many crosses, and I just cannot get hold of it. It's like the start point of so many of the Tolumnia hybrids, because it's just such a good, vigorous plant with good, bright colours. And it's floriferous. It chucks out spikes with lots of blooms on. I'd love to get hold of that original. Still, we keep our eye out for these little things and pick them up as and when. So if Anna Maria gets to see this, if you get the chance, can you have a quick look at either your video or your plant if it's in bloom, and try and confirm for me if that is her Alexandre. I'm pretty sure it is, but I wouldn't mind a definite confirmation. Don't remember the blooms being that big. That's a beauty. Literally finished opening overnight, actually, because it wasn't open yesterday evening, but it is now. Another one with it, so there'll be 2, and another spike to come. Okay, see you again next time, and say what you think about this May update thing. I mean, that's easy enough to do, but as a before and after look, I mean, most of you have probably joined me long after those videos were created, you know, literally May last year, and then I think it was September I did the after bit. It was hard work, but I enjoyed doing it, and it benchmarked all of the orchids I had. So I think it's worth doing anyway. We'll see how we go. See you next time. Thanks for dropping by.